The top 10 Xbox Game Pass Day 1 games for 2024. The games that will be arriving Day 1 on Game Pass and showcasing just what the subscription service from Xbox has to offer. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well, and if you are grabbing Xbox Game Pass, consider using the affiliate link in the video description. First up, we have Avowed, which is coming from the Pillars of Eternity universe, providing a deep sense of lore, mystery, and just intrigue in this Obsidian RPG experience, mixing magical fantasy powers with really cool blades, hammers, and other cool mystical things imbued within them as you just slash, hack, and blast really anything that comes across your way as you choose your path in this world that is, again, filled with deep levels of lore in order to build from. It's colorful, it's vibrant, and it looks absolutely awesome. Can't wait for Avowed. Just like I can't wait for Senua Saga Hellblade 2, the continuation where we get to see our character once again deal with ASMR, the experience. No, seriously, headphones are always recommended for playing the first game. I'm assuming that's going to be the case with the second one, as they push forward the visual technology of facial capture, the intense, detailed, beautiful landscapes that they're hoping to present with a sick, twisted fantasy element to it as you dive deep into the mythology of this area and just really again support this character as she battles demons from within, while also gaining a heightened sense of self-security. And just really, she's ready to come out there and absolutely decimate anything that gets in her way, because she's got that confidence and that crazy level of action to her, because now she's a much more heroic warrior focused individual, and it looks absolutely visually stunning. I can't wait to see how this one fully turns out. Stalker 2, which is a very, very long awaited entry and continuation of the series, one that has had a number of delays for obvious reasons that we all know. This is a creepy, dark, and generally eerie sort of experience where the world around you is dangerous, and the world beyond your really recognition is also very, very dangerous. You will deal with these creepy backdrop elements while also dealing with humanity itself and the people that are in this area of darkness. And no one can really be trusted, or maybe some comrades can, but yeah, you will explore very detailed places where things are never quite as they seem, and there's always something eerie and just really generally unsettling waiting for you over the horizon. Even if it does look like it is a beautiful and majestic world, there's definitely always something more there. Just like the horizon of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Explore the entire world in an enhanced and upgraded way. The details have been greatly improved, from the trees to the buildings to the planes, and now they have a whole focus on an actual career-based mode for a variety of differing aircraft. You can do kind of business class delivery, you can do cargo transportation, you can watch for storms, you can do these weird storm chasing things, you can do airport type stuff. It's kind of a little ridiculous, but yeah, they are going far deeper in regards to the technology that is running this to make a more beautiful open world that you can explore. And yes, you can fly the entire world. It's taking what we enjoyed about the previous one and just taking that up a notch. Just like with the magic of Towerborn, which is a kind of new, interesting concept that does go in a little bit of a different direction in terms of gameplay. There are elements of kind of commanding, elements of, I guess, expansion. It's definitely got some cool context and style to it from a studio that really has brought together some fascinating gameplay in the past. And Towerborn really is, to me, a game of kind of cooperative mystery, as I'm really, really waiting to see how this comes together. The Belfry stands as a beacon of hope and safety amongst the ruins of humanity. There are monsters everywhere. You will have to go out, explore, and expand, all the time while trying to keep the tower, the safety of humanity going. And yeah, it's got like a very distinct art aesthetic, a very distinct gameplay concept, and I'm very curious to see how this one turns out. Like with Ark 2, with Vin Diesel riding dinosaurs. It's all about family. And it should be interesting to see if this one does actually eventually come out. It's supposed to be an entirely different take on Ark. You're supposed to be doing more of a story-driven setup, a more intriguing narrative design, and it's not necessarily just survival like the original Ark is and the Ark remake. This one actually has a bit more context and focus behind it. And as I said, it's all about family, with Vin Diesel being the main character taking care of a child and stuff. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm very curious to see what the gameplay is like and how this one turns out, because it could be very intriguing. And I mean, the technology with the Ark remake has been pretty cool, so I can't wait to see how it goes. This is Cities Skylines 2, which was originally supposed to be a 2023 release before it was delayed slightly, so hopefully that will provide some better optimization for the console side of things as you build an incredibly intricate, well-detailed city. The city of your dreams, with functionality and well-designed roads and travel and trading of resources and all of the modern flair, design, and concept that you would expect in a city builder of today, with a lot more freedom, expansion, and management, so that you can perfectly tune your experience and your city to be however you want it to be. And that in itself is really quite fascinating as you go even deeper into the simulation elements of keeping a city going, keeping the budget rolling, and dealing with all of the mishaps, problems, and issues along the way as you try to keep your city flowing naturally and also being prepared for any sort of weird environmental aspect that might come into play. And this is Still Wakes the Deep, which is a narrative-focused adventure with a heightened sense of mystery to it. We're still not exactly sure what will be going on in this one. We've got some really creepy setups. It's Christmas 1975. A disaster has stricken an oil rig off the Scottish mainland. You will try to stay alive amid a scene on the edge of all logic and reality. They really do make some genuinely interesting games, the dev team behind this one. I'm very, very curious to see what exactly the main focus will be, what exactly is going to be happening, and just the trials along the way as you explore a very visually impressive world, and one that will be certainly immersive and just a very different setting for a game. I'm very, very curious to see how this one turns out. Just like with Replaced, where this one has, I think the biggest element of it for people's attention is the distinct art aesthetic. This game really has a cool vibe. It's a 2.5D sci-fi retro-futuristic action platformer. You're an artificial intelligence trapped in a human body against its own will, and you will be, I guess you would say to some degree, making choices, exploring places, and just kind of taking in this gorgeous lost place, you know, where humanity is just so, I guess, gone, and things just really aren't what they were. It's very, very cool. It's got a nice style of pixel art to it that I think just looks great. It explores a deep dystopian story in an alternative 1980s setting. So yeah, it's definitely going to be intriguing, at least I think so. And finally, we have Hollow Knight Silksong, which I think has been pretty longly awaited and anticipated. It's a bit of hardcore platforming, it's a bit of a gloomy scene, it's something that's very challenging. It will take a lot of a Souls element of experience and trial in order to play and explore and dive into, but I'm sure that as with the first one, it will be rewarding, interesting, and just very distinct. I love the art style and the direction and the mood that they have set up for this one, and I'm fairly sure that it's going to be pretty well responded to, and they definitely are taking their time with this one to make sure that it is hitting what they are trying to achieve with the game. And again, I hope you found this interesting. I can't wait to see how these games are delivered and play them all day one on Game Pass in 2024. Liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well.